Okay, so next up we will just move on to the Premier League, the actual season. Starting up, we're going to go from the bottom and work our way up the table. So we're going to start with the relegation battle. And I think we'll give our predictions for 18th, 19th and 20th. But then we'll also add in a couple honourable mentions to who we think is going to be in and around that area, because this season I think is going to be super competitive, not just at the top but also at the bottom. Would you like to start, Junaid? Who have you got as your picks?
So from 18?
You can go from 20.
20.
Go from the bottom
So
up.
bottom, Ipswich.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to... So basically I have the three that came up. The three is going to go down.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so Ipswich, Southampton and Leicester.
Okay.
I do have someone that I think is going to fight with that relegation battle as well. And Poalo, you're not going to like this one.
Yeah.
It's Everton.
It would be
It's
following
Everton.
a trend. It'd be following a trend
Yeah.
for the past couple of
I
years.
think for the past couple of years, they've been fighting that relegation battle. We know that at points deduction, they somehow keep themselves up. But I think this year is the
Think this is
year.
it?
I think this is the year they're going to go down. They're losing some good players as well.
Everton.
Yeah,
You think they could potentially go down?
I think so. I don't know. What do you think about
That
that?
must sting. That must sting.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree.
I didn't say they're going to go down. I said they might.
They might. Yeah,
They might.
that was your like
In the
Yes,
battle, in the
might.
battle.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the battle.
in the battle. Interesting. Okay.
Do you have a response?
I don't have a response. No.
don't.
I'll keep my opinions to myself. Let's see how my response is. Let's see how the Premier League season goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Would you like to give your picks from?
So I'll just go random order because I won't know who is going to finish 20th, 19th, and 18th. But I'm going to go with Ipswich, Forest, and Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think Wolves have it in them to keep them up. I think they haven't made any key signings. They've lost a big asset for them at the back, Max Kilman, and I just think they're very leaky. You know, their manager right now, I can't remember who
Who's
their
this
manager is.
Wolves.
Yeah,
Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it in them. I think they have. I think, you know what, mentality-wise, their manager is crazy. Like, you can see him on the touchline. He's so passionate. But I just don't think they have the squad depth. They have the players. You know, they have individual players like Neto.
But you can't rely on him.
Hwang.
He's never fit.
Hwang, Neto. It's interesting. It's. I don't think they'll. I think they'll get 18th,
Okay.
and there'll be a touch and go between 17th and 18th.
So you think Southampton and Leicester are going to stay up?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it might be tough. It might be very. I think it'll be touch and go with Wolves and Southampton. I think Leicester will stay up, just
Okay.
because of the squad they have available to them and the players. They've signed some good players. Obviously, they've lost their manager and their
But Steve Cooper's,
But
he's
Steve
been in
Coop-
the
yeah.
situation before,
100%.
taken a promoted team and gotten them survival in the Premier League.
100%. The reason I think Southampton will stay up is because of their manager, Russell Martin.
Okay.
I think he plays an exciting brand of football, and I feel Southampton are new Southampton. I feel, even though their squad is not convincing enough to some people's eyes, I think they'll shock. I
Okay.
think they might shock, yeah. Forest, they were very underwhelming last season, and even though they've signed Milenkovic from Fiorentina, I still don't think they have it in them to go all the way and stay safe. They're one of those clubs which is going to be in the relegation battle.
I think just the way they play, they're going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah, yeah. I think, touching on Everton, like, they're going to be in that. I feel like even though they've lost a key player like Onana, you can see in pre-season how they're fighting back, and the players are now coming together and starting to build some chemistry. They've got a solid defense. They were very, very good in the back end of last season. So they're carrying form from last season. Jordan Pickford has been unbelievable over the years at Everton. They've finally got a solid back four. They've got experience, a mix of experience and solidity in their back four and in midfield. We're just lacking a goal scorer.
What's happening with the takeover?
Takeover. I'm not sure with the takeover. I just think
I don't think it's looking good.
I don't know what's happening financially. Can you shed some light? Can you guys shed some light?
The last 2 takeovers have failed.
Yeah.
The one was because 777 were like charged with fraud or embezzling or something.
That's Farhad Mushiri. That's
No. Fahad Mashiri is separate.
Oh, separate.
So 777 are the guys, they own like, I think, Genoa, they own like Standard Liège, they own like a bunch of different things, but their owner of one of their
Has
highest
shares
at the company.
in Everton.
No. So they wanted to buy Everton.
Oh.
They were the first people that were taking over, and then one of their main guys got charged with like fraud
Okay,
in
so
America.
that
So then there was a bunch of like, okay, no, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
But then also the problem is they were going to take over Everton, but they loaned like hundreds of millions to Mashiri and Everton to keep the club going.
Yeah.
But now that's failed. So now Everton owe 777 money, and then a new consortium wanted to come in and buy Everton, but then with Everton owing money to 777, they were like, nah, like we don't know, this is a bit weird. I don't know. So Everton need new owners now.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's going to happen, if that means points deductions or anything like that. I have no idea how it works, but it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good in that sense.
okay. So
I think on the pitch
they might even get relegated because of that.
Yeah.
You saying
That
I
is
think
why,
that's probably
yeah.
the
that is
biggest
why
risk.
you're
Yes,
saying
yeah.
they might get relegated. Okay.
I think that's probably
that makes sense.
Because I think on the pitch this will be the best Everton's come into a season in probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you can
in
see
the
the
last
progress under Daesh last season. I mean, no points deduction last season. You guys are like 11th or something.
No, we are 14th.
14th. Okay.
14th, but still, we
that's
had that
huge improvement.
huge
Yeah.
from scraping
Yeah.
in the last 2 seasons. Oh, the last
Like what's it, the
previous
last
season.
day of the season at one point? Was it one of the seasons?
Well, we beat Palace on like game week 35,
and then that was safe.
and that was to make us
still
safe.
too close for comfort.
Yeah, but it was like it was like it felt like a championship playoff final, and it felt like it felt like a final, like an FA Cup final. It was
1-0
weird.
win over Palace. We're safe.
It was actually 2-1, and Calvert-Lewin scored the winner.
Yeah.
Header from a free kick.
The scenes at
But
Goodison.
yeah, why I'm saying Everton is because it's their last season at Goodison. The new stadium is being built, and
Might have to sell the new
historically,
stadium.
historically, there's so much demand from the fans. There's so much at stake for this club. Historically, they're one of the biggest clubs in England, if not top 3 in England.
One of the most historic as well, like
History-wise.
for Liverpool.
100%, and it's Merseyside club as well. Liverpool, their rivals. Liverpool are way up there, while Everton are way down here.
Yeah.
Their goals and objectives have to be up here, top 10 at least, and I feel like they'll get that. I feel like they'll be close to that. I'm not sure if they might get it, but I hope
think
they
if
do.
Everton can end like as close to 10th as possible, like 12th, 13th,
Yeah.
just maybe consistently stay at 14th this season.
Yeah,
Huge improvement, because then it's like, okay, you've stabilized.
yeah,
Like you've stabilized everything despite all of the
yeah.
horrors off the pitch.
Exactly. The thing is,
Yeah.
it's good. I feel like our financial situation can take a turn if we get a positive ownership, a positive takeover, as well as we are now selling for profit, and we are signing young players who have a small market value. And from there, we're still building a team environment where it's growing youngsters and we're investing into the club. So we're not making a loss on any transfers. Hopefully we don't make any losses on any other parts of the club in any business terms.
Okay.
Who do you have, though?
So, I've gone for my bottom 3. It's also quite difficult because, I think we mentioned earlier, all 3 of these promoted sides are not as bad as last season.
Right.
I've put
It's a tough one. It's a tough one this season. It really is.
I think, I'm going to put Ipswich at 20th, but I think that compared to Sheffield, they'll be way better.
I think so too.
I think the way they play is just more sustainable, and I think their manager's really good.
Young.
I think the players they're signing are exciting talents.
I think any young manager has just a different mindset to an old manager like Chris Wilder at Sheffield.
I think Chris
Yeah.
Wilder also, he came in to try put out a fire, but Sheffield was so bad.
Yeah.
Like what they were conceding.
It was Paul Heckingbottom, whoever that was.
Something like that. I'm not sure. I can't
Yeah.
remember his name. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go Ipswich 20th. I'm going to go... See, now 19th and 18th. Difficult. Because I think Leicester and Southampton have a huge chance of staying promoted staying in the Premier League as
More
well.
than Ipswich, I think.
Yeah, more than Ipswich. 19th, I'll put Southampton. And then 18th, I'll put Nottingham Forest. Because I also think that Forest have been pushing their luck.
Yeah.
They have got some talented players
Also,
in their
the
team.
points deductions as well. I
Yeah,
think
they also probably
their
at risk of that.
PSR is
Not
high as well.
looking good.
Not looking good.
But I also just think they lose too many games, they concede a lot of goals, and they have some really talented players like Ilanga, they have Gibbs White.
They do.
No, sorry?
They do, but I
They
don't
do,
think... Yeah,
but I just don't
the defense,
think...
yeah.
I just think they concede too many goals. I think their record away from home last year was genuinely terrible.
Mhm.
Even at home it was better, but it wasn't amazing. I just think this is the season where, and no offense to Nuno, I just don't think Nuno is the kind of manager you want in a dogfight relegation battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my bottom three. Honourable mentions though, Southampton I think will be around that area. Everton, purely for the financial reason, I think their squad is better than those four. I think they'll be better than those four that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
Wolves I think is an interesting shout because last season I said they would get relegated because of the mess, not having a manager until 2 or so weeks before the season, losing a lot of star players.
Right.
But they surprised me the way they played last year.
Yeah.
But where you mentioned
It's also a team that's there and thereabouts.
they can beat anyone on any day. They were one of the
Yeah.
teams last season that you didn't want to play. They should have beaten United.
Pretty sure they did the double over Spurs
They
last season.
I think they might
They
have.
did.
They should have
They
beaten
did.
Liverpool when Liverpool played them at Spurs. They beat City.
Yes, they did beat
So,
City.
they have the potential, but I just don't know. They haven't strengthened their squad enough. I just think they'll be maybe
17th, maybe.
17th, 16th, 15th in that region. Brentford, I think, is also an honourable mention.
Yeah.
Because I think they also are slipping down the table compared to when they're first
they
there.
had a bummer last season. Yeah.
They really were not good last season. I think they were fortunate that Everton and Forest had the points deductions.
Burma was a big loss though.
He was.
Yeah.
And I think not having Tony, having Tony for most of the season also wasn't great. But I still think Tony's replacement just got injured for, I think, 6 months or something
Kevin
crazy.
Shade, yeah. Kevin Shade.
That Igor, I can't remember his surname.
Yeah.
They signed him and then...
Igor Thiago or something.
Yes. He just got a really bad injury, I think.
Didn't they recently sign him this season?
They signed him in January and then he only came. I think that he came pre-transfer or whatever.
Okay.
And then he
Pre-contract or
yeah,
something.
but they bought him for 30 mil or something like that.
Yeah, he's doing well in pre-season. He's scoring goals.
He just got injured quite badly, I think.
Yeah.
So now, I still think Johan Visser, Brian Mbemba and Ivan Toney's a great front three.
Great, yeah.
But I just don't think the way Brentford are playing is getting them as many gains as it was.
Defensively as well.
I think I just think they're going to be in and around that as well.
You can't have a good attack without a good defense.